What's going on YouTube? This is bboytark1990 and I'm coming at you with another deck profile. This time with my Magia Harri deck, Pale Moon deck. So yeah, let's get this started. Now, this first one is definitely Antonio Banderas or the Puss in Boots. Although real name is Cat Knight in Boots, but it's still Puss in Boots. Anyways, so basically, he is a ridiculous starter because basically he does it like when you ride him, he's gonna stay in the soul, so he won't be targeted by anyone, not even including a Saishin in for Narukami's or any Kagero unit or Link Joker unit. It avoids all that. And when he's called from the soul to the rear, I could call another one from the soul and put it to a rear. And at the end of that turn, they all go back in. And he combos well with Cutie Paratrooper because Cutie Paratrooper, when she's called out from the soul, you soul charge one, and it's a GB1 too. So you soul charge one, and you get to call anyone that's in the same column as her. So she's basically like a grade 1 version of Periton, which I'll explain as I go along through this video, through this deck profile. So yeah, Cat Knight in high boots or Antonio Banderas Pussy Boots, such an amazing starter for Pale Moons. It's ridiculous. Then now to my grade 3s, I play 4 of the Master Magician Harrys, and yes, I have 2 signed hot stamp ones, just for proof. So yeah, basically the big boss in this deck, because he is essential in this deck because he has the Magia ability 1, 2. He calls out rear guards from the soul when he's stride on, and 3. Even a GB2 when he attacks, you can superior call one from the soul, and both him and the unit superior called gain 3k. So he's basically the one you always want to ride on. He's a very amazing grade 3 for Pale Moons. Now the backup grade 3 is the Flying Manticore. He's basically like Liddy for he has the Liddy skill, like Bermuda Triangle's Liddy for Harmony. That when he's called to when he rides, you counter blast one and soul blast one, and you get you look at the top 5 and look for those cards of the top 5 that have the keyword in the name. Like in this case for Pale Moons, it's Magia, while Bermudas have Harmony, Tachikasi's has Engorge, Royal Pilots have Brave, and Neonec's got Bloom, and so far and so forth. So yeah, he's really good as a backup grade ride, but when he's a rear guard, it's also good because his only cost is a counterblast 1 and it's a GB1 skill. And if he hits a Vanguard, you soul charge 1, and you can superior call a unit from the soul to the rear guard, and it gains 2k. And at the end of the turn, you just bring it back. So he is a lot better than Alexis because Alexis, you just superior call, but it doesn't come back because it doesn't have the Magia ability. Or I could be wrong on that, but still, Flying Manticore is a good backup. Now that's my grade 3s. To my grade 2s, I play 4 Darkside Princess. There's not much to say. She just gains 5k when she attacks the Vanguard, and combos very well with most of the cards in this deck. So that's why I play 4 of her. So she's still amazing. And next I play 4 Flying Periton, basically the grade 2 version of Cutie Paratrooper. But it's a GB1, so you just soul charge when he's in the rear guard. Doesn't matter if it's from the soul or your hand. You soul charge 1, and you can superior call a rear guard from your soul to the same column as him. And it gets and it's a Magia, so it also goes back. But he's good, but not as good as Cutie Paratrooper, which I'll explain when I get to her. But still a good card to play, to play. So now, then lastly, 3 Crescent Moon Jugglers, because he has much potential in this deck. He's actually a good grade 2 to play, Sure, he's Soul Blast, but I think it's kind of necessary because you want to get rid of, like, there are some cards that you don't want in your soul that would hinder, not hinder, but call out the kind of rear guards you don't want. Like example, the perfect guard. So if you have a perfect guard in the soul and you call him, you can just take her out, and you can just, and if you have more perfect guards in your deck, you can just perfect guard and unflip since you have her in the drop zone already. So he's good for to take out unnecessary rear guards that's in the soul, and he also gains 2k along with the rear guard. He superior calls when you pay his skill, and it's also a Magia, so that is very helpful. And speaking of the perfect guards, that was my grade 2s. My grade 1s, I just played 4 of the Dark Side Mirror Master, the G perfect guard, because this deck does kind of blast a lot. So you do want to unflip your damage a lot, and it's helpful for her to have her. Next, 4 Strident Neighbors, because you need 4 Strident Neighbors. Let me catch my breath for a moment. Okay. Now, onto the MVP of the grade 1 is Cutie Paratroop. 4 Cutie Paratroopers. This card synergizes with this deck amazingly. She is an amazing grade 1 to play because 1, it's already a good starter combo with Puss in Boots with her, because once you use Puss in Boots, because you stride over, you bring him out, then you bring her out from his skill, then her skill comes out, and you just soul charge, get someone like Darkside Mirror Princess or Crescent Moon Juggler. Crescent Moon, so let's say I just use, and she would give the one that's superior called 5k, and at the end of the turn, it all go back. So it's like you got a full field already when you combine with this one. So go into this one gets this one gets her, and then use Harry's skill just to get a grade 1, say like this her, behind Darkside Princess. You really just get a full field. And once you're done, you just bring them all back, so they avoid getting hit by Kagura or Narukami and Link Jokers because of their skills that they do. So 4 Cutie Paratroopers, amazing. Then 2 Purple Trapezes. Sorry. I had training last night and kind of riled up a bit still. So yeah, 2 Purple Trapezes basically just puts away the rear guards you don't want in your field, and puts them in for the rear guards that you do want on your field. So useful, but there are times that I don't. There are times that when I have her, and sometimes it doesn't work out well. So sometimes I might think of just replacing 2 of her for a different Pale Moon unit, which is the one that was in the G trial deck. It's also a grade 1, but I forgot her name though. So comment down below if you had the G trial deck, and like you know that one Pale Moon unit that does a rear guard thing. I forgot what she does, but I had to check on my friend because he has this kind of deck too. So yeah, but I played 2 Purple Trapezes for the moment, so I might replace them for a different one. But that's my grade 1s. Now to my trigger lineup. Play 4 of the Darkside Sword Masters, because you just put her in the soul when you have a Harry in the Vanguard, gains 5k, and you draw a card. Very useful to have. Then 4 Poison Jugglers, just to give boost to my units and build soul. In fact, these 2 both build soul. Then I play 4 Sky High Walkers, because the other stand trigger that when you split to the soul, you just get another soul charge, another one that's not the same stand name into the soul. She was good before, but in this case now, since I'm playing Magios, I think he's more helpful in the sense that this is the same thing with her, except that this one you just put in the soul and you gain, and you get to unflip. So I like this stand more now than the other one. Then 4 heal triggers, because I don't want to die. Now onto my strides. I play 4 Curtain Call Announcer Mephistos. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what a lot of people didn't like about this card, but honestly, to me, I actually like this card because one, he will give every of your Pale Moon units, including the Vanguard himself, 1,000 for each face up, and he flips himself up. So that's one thing. Two, it's the during the turn. So and you get to superior call any Pale Moon unit for every 2 Mephistos. So that's another good thing. And it has to be with the no actually, and choose up to 1 card from your soul for every 2 face-up cards in your G zone with the Magia ability. So like, and it gains 5,000. That's actually really good because now with the 16 strategists coming up soon, and Dreamity, who is also a new for Fighters Collection 2016 that has Magia, playing 4 of her and 4 Mephistos with 4 Lunatics, Harry and Amanda, and 2 or 3 G perfect cards. That's good. That's pretty much a deadly looking Pale Moon stride unit there. So Mephistos, I think is gonna be something you should keep an eye out for because it's a really good stride. Since in this case in my stride decks I have 4 Mephistos, a Harry and Amanda, and that's 6 Magias, and I have 2 Lunatics, and these are not Magia. Speaking of Lunatic, I play 2 Lunatics. That's basically like a second to last finisher. So like, if I don't finish with him, I could finish with another Mephisto, or I could finish with a Harry. Sometimes I do finish with a Harry. But yeah, Lunatic is still a great card to play, even though now you should play 2 instead of 4 because 4 you won't get much out of it than it did before. Because now it's more Magia oriented. 2 of him is better than 4. Then next I play 1 Harry. No need 2 because, well, you don't need 2 now, but when the stride increases, you probably might want to play 2 of him or 1 of him. How you ever want to do it. But still, Harry is a really good. Harry is a good stride in this one because you could use him as a finisher, because what it does is it just gets you get to superior call up to 3 by putting away 1 of your units and counterblasting 2, and it has to be a GB. It has to be a GB3. Okay, so when you do that, you can superior call up to 3 units from your soul to the rear guard circle, and if you have 5 rear guards, your opponent gets to select 2 of their rear guards and put to the soul. This is helpful, so like if they have only interceptors, they can't intercept, and they probably will get rid of like their starter. It's gonna be hard for them to choose because some decks like Link Jokers, they will need some of those rear guards to have their combos off, and putting them in the soul is can be a hindrance to them. So that, yeah, Harry is a good. This stride, Dragon Masquerade Harry is good. And last but not least, 1 Amanda. Just the pressure, and it's the on hit. If she hits, you soul charge 1 and you get to superior call a Pale Moon from your soul to the field, and it gains 2k. So this is a good first stride, or you can use Mephisto as a first stride. Her just to put pressure on them so they just lose up their guard. So you can like gain advantage out of it, and or use Mephisto just for the Magia, just to increase to start as the Magia counter. So yeah, he's really yeah. Sorry about that. Just I know I repeated myself thoroughly, but I just want to get this done as quickly as possible. So because I got to do some studying, and later on I got training. So I gotta do a lot of this today. Yeah, this is my Harry Magia deck profile, and I know it's longer than I want it to be. So leave a comment, like, rate, and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I'll make a video of my analysis with the G Guardians, and 16 Strides. So this is B-Boy Torg 1990 saying deuces.